Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General Matt Gaetz has to be feeling the burn today after his accuser's lawyer made an unexpected move, revealing shocking details about his alleged activities involving a minor, and I have the full story for you next. Trump's appointees are getting attention for all the wrong reasons. There's a full spectrum of misconduct allegations and scandals, but Matt Gaetz' situation stands out as the most troubling. And in just a minute, I'll share the must-see clip of a lawyer's explosive comments that could derail his attorney general aspirations. But first, let's take a look at the rogues gallery of Trump appointees and the predatory, inappropriate, and criminal accusations against them. Sadly, we live in a world where there are apps that will show us the registered predators in our neighborhood, and when you open it for the first time, I guarantee you will get chills at the sight of all those red dots. Now imagine if there was a similar app for politicians who are accused of and or found guilty of deviant crimes. Now imagine if Donald Trump had a meeting with his nominees. There would be a cluster of 6 dots over that boardroom, including a dot for him. Let's break it down, and then I'll have the bombshell dropped on Gaetz and Trump. Pete Hegseth, Trump's nominee for Secretary of Defense, faces a troubling allegation. In 2017, a woman accused him of assault following his speech at a conference. According to the Washington Post, Hegseth later settled with the accuser through a non-disclosure agreement after she threatened legal action. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Trump's pick to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, also has a sketchy past. A babysitter he employed in the late 90s accused him of misconduct, alleging that he groped her during a family gathering. She shared her story with Vanity Fair, detailing how Kennedy's actions left her feeling unsafe. But wait, there's more. Elon Musk, Trump's pick to co-lead the newly proposed Department of Government Efficiency, is currently embroiled in a lawsuit involving 8 former employees. They claim they were wrongfully terminated after raising concerns about workplace harassment, including his circulation of explicit and degrading content targeting women. And more recently, Linda McMahon, Trump's nominee for Secretary of Education, and her husband Vince McMahon are facing legal battles because 5 former WWE ring boys have filed a lawsuit alleging abuse by wrestlers under the McMahon's watch, accusing them of turning a blind eye to the abuse. And of course, Donald Trump himself is no stranger to allegations of assault of a certain kind. And now for the bombshell video I promised. Watch as Matt Gaetz' accuser's lawyer goes into great detail in painting a picture of the alleged impropriety and criminal activity.
So there were events that were more drugs and sex-oriented events, which was typically a small group of individuals, 5 or 10, and they got together to party, to take drugs and have sex, essentially. And there were other events that took place at hotel rooms that were, and have smaller meetups. There were events at different individuals' houses. So, there were trips, such as to the Bahamas or to New York. So you can't characterize them as just one type of thing, but those are the types of situations that took place over 2017, 18, and in January of 2019. They testified that they met up with Matt Gaetz in New York in January of 2019 for his appearance on Fox News.
Met up with or traveled with, do you know?
So Mr. Gaetz paid them for the tickets to come to New York for the trip. He was there with another female individual already, and so they went to Broadway shows and things like that and met him, went to the Fox News studio, I believe, and they went to Broadway shows while they're there.
What show did they see? I'm just curious now.
Pretty Woman.
About a sex worker?
Yeah. I had not even thought about that.
Interesting.
Donald Trump's decision to align with individuals who have histories of misconduct further shows that he thrives on breaking norms and eliciting strong reactions, especially from liberals. His unapologetic style and overly racist and sexist remarks have always signaled a contrarian style that his base loves, but the rest of us find it deeply disturbing. It can also be said that surrounding himself with reflections of himself is an extension of his narcissism and an effort to legitimize his own immoral extremism. As for the nomination of Gaetz, it remains to be seen if Trump can push him through. But one of his superpowers is bending Republicans to his will. And the scandal bar is so low in our nation's capital these days in the era of Trump. It's really hard to get them to turn on their own. But there is maybe one thing that will register with Republicans as unforgivable.
With the 17-year-old.
17 years old at the time.
With a 17-year-old.